With just 3 weeks to go for the 2024 U.S. presidential elections, here are some of the top stories shaping the race to the White House. Republican candidate Donald Trump has said that companies will drop plans to build factories overseas when faced with threat of high tariffs on shipping goods to the United States. The former president has vowed a 10% to 20% across-the-border tariff on imports and a 60% on Chinese goods, and more recently threatened a 200% levy on automobiles made in Mexico. Speaking at the Economic Club of Chicago, Trump said the higher the tariff, the more likely it is that the company will come into the United States, adding, "You make it so high, so horrible, so obnoxious. Companies will come right away." The economy has emerged as one of the main issues ahead of the November 5th election, where Trump is in a dead heat with Vice President Kamala Harris, and this is according to polls. Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris spent much of Tuesday questioning Donald Trump's mental state and fitness for office. The attack came after Trump's latest televised town hall veered into an impromptu music session. Now, Harris reacted to the video of the event on social media platform X, writing, "Hope he's okay." Harris's campaign, which has begun to aggressively challenge Trump on his health and mental stability, said that he appeared lost, confused, and frozen on stage during the Monday event. Now, Trump, however, defended the event in the critical swing state of Pennsylvania, saying it was so different. Democratic vice presidential nominee, on the other hand, Tim Walz, has unveiled Kamala Harris's plan to improve the lives of rural voters. This comes as part of concerted effort by the Democratic campaign to make a dent in the historically Trump-leaning voting bloc. During a campaign rally in Pittsburgh, Walz said that Kamala Harris is offering a new way forward and a better tomorrow. The Harris-Walz plan that the Minnesota governor announced includes a focus on improving rural health care. It also includes loan forgiveness and new grant programs, as well as economic and agricultural policy priorities. In battleground Georgia, early in-person voting has begun. The process will go on till November 1st, after which the main voting process across the U.S. will be held on November 5th. The process begins just one day after the judge in Georgia ruled that county election officials may not delay or decline to certify election results over any allegations of fraud or error in the battleground state. The early in-person voting is also scheduled to open in North Carolina in 2 days. Now, correspondent Susan Tenani brings you more on the early voting in Georgia. Take a look.
Georgia sees record-breaking voting with over 252,000 ballots cast on the first day, more than double the 2020 record. And despite past controversies and new election laws, voters in Atlanta reported a smoother voting process. Notably, the surge in voting comes as part of the state is still recovering from Hurricane Helene, which hit last month. Election officials assured voters that absentee ballots will be mailed on schedule and unaffected by the storm. Georgia's Secretary of State expects around 5 to 6% of voters to cast absentee ballots. With tightened security rules and fewer drop boxes, early in-person voting may remain popular. Susan Terhwani reporting from New York for WION World is One.